All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the Ohio State Pro Day just wrapped up, and man, it was so much fun to watch. I mean, I felt like every single player that participated today increased their draft stock in one way or another. I mean, the defensive line looked really good. Storylines all over the place. We saw 40 reps on the bench press. Chris Olave made an appearance catching some passes. He's a projected first-round pick in next season's class. But man, Justin Fields today looked outstanding. He looked really, really good. And I felt like going into the pro day, or really going into the offseason, we kind of knew who Justin Fields was, right? We know what he's good at. He has great size, great arm strength, puts velocity on the football, can throw on the run. His leadership is great. It is fantastic. The players love playing for Justin Fields. He has this super calm demeanor about him where you never really feel like the moment is too big, much like a Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, where it's like you're never going to be shell shocked at the quarterback position like we saw with Jared Goff in the Super Bowl, where it's just everything is unraveling, the wheels are completely falling off, and the Rams offense just looks incompetent at best. With Justin Fields, it's never really like that. It seems like when the lights are at their brightest, Justin Fields comes to play. That's a huge trait. And then of course you look at the measurables, came in at 6'3", 227 pounds. He ran a 4.4540. That is huge. Nobody really thought Fields was going to hit that number coming in, but if you're a quarterback and you're running in the 4.4s, that is insane speed. Okay, so you look at, and by the way, the hand size, a little sketchy, right? Not gonna lie to you, I think it was 9 1/8. So small hands, but at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to make or break Justin Fields. We've seen quarterbacks enter the league with smaller hands. Think back to last season's first overall pick in Joe Burrow. He came in with 9-inch hands. So overall, the measurements look pretty good, right? I know fans, people, teams, they fall all over the map with hand size. Some people really put a lot of stock into it. Some people can care less. But we've seen guys with smaller hands have success in the league. So the throwing portion I thought looked really, really good as well. I like the overall script. It wasn't just the traditional short to long, where it was just screen, slant, where it progressively gets farther and farther. It was a nice little mix-up. He got tight ends, running backs, wide receivers involved, outside, middle of the field, checkdowns. It was a huge mix-up of different throws, which is always pretty cool to see, just because you're breaking up the pace, not only just during your workout, but just breaking up the pace of traditional pro days. So I thought that was really cool. All in all, we know who Justin Fields is. He has great size, great accuracy, right? Overall arm power is there, where he can consistently push the ball downfield and fit the ball into tight windows. The velocity is there. He could beat you inside the pocket, outside the pocket. He does a really good job of throwing on the run as well. Mobile, right? So he can beat you on the ground. He showed off the 40 time today, where if he wants to, he can pull it down and book it down the field, and defenders will have a tough time catching up to him. Playmaker, shines in big moments. Leadership is there. So much to like with Justin Fields. He screams franchise quarterback, but of course, like all of these guys, there's definitely a couple cons, right? Holding on to the football a little too long. There's always that concern. I've seen that concern pop up numerous times. But Fields has actually been vocal about it. And it's not so much he has no clue what's happening. It's not like he can't read the defense. In his words, it's, I know my guys are that good, so I'm holding onto the football because I know at some point they will break. Ohio State is packed to the brim with the best of the best. I mean, this is a program that continuously strives for excellence. They consistently get 5-star athletes in the building from high school. They have great facilities, a great coaching staff. So I know it sounds like an excuse from Fields' perspective, like, oh yeah, the reason why I hold on to the ball is because my guys are just that good. But at the same time, I feel like he has a point. I mean, you look at the Buckeyes' schedule, you look at what Ohio State has on the roster. Primarily, Ohio State is the more talented team every single week. Every single week, Ohio State has more talent. Now, of course, you have exceptions here and there, but for the most part, the Buckeyes are trotting out a better team from a talent perspective. So we have the issue of, or the concern rather, the red flag of him holding onto the football for too long. We've heard some stuff about loopy mechanics, which I definitely feel like there is validity to that. Some speed of the game stuff at the next level could be a concern, but from top to bottom, as a quarterback prospect coming out of college, he provides so many traits. So many traits. I didn't even talk about the touchdown to INT ratio, by the way. I think he had 67 touchdowns to 9 interceptions as a career. Insane numbers, clearly. So I think the best fit for Justin Fields, the best team fit, Well, right now he's projected to go anywhere from spot number 3 with the San Francisco 49ers, anywhere to 15 from the New England Patriots. Like, that's as far as I've seen Fields fall. I think the perfect landing spot for Justin Fields is at 4. I think the Falcons would be a great fit for Fields. And I mean, I get it that the Falcons aren't favored to be selecting a quarterback with that 4th overall pick, but I think that could change. I really do believe that. I mean, look at Arthur Smith after Fields got done throwing today. It looked like he won a new car. Like, he was pumped talking to the general manager. This situation that the Falcons are in reminds me so much of where the Chiefs were back with Alex Smith before they picked Patrick Mahomes. You have so many things figured out. You already have offensive weapons. You have first-round picks invested on the offensive line. You have playmakers on defense. With Arthur Smith coming in the building now with Atlanta, you have to ask the question, when are we ever going to be picking top 5 ever again? This is our prime opportunity to land a potential franchise quarterback for the next 10 seasons. And on top of that, we already have a quarterback here on the roster in Matt Ryan. So Fields doesn't have that immediate pressure where he's not going to be going through these rookie growing pains that's going to hold the team back. No, not at all. Matt Ryan is still the guy. You could throw him out there for a year. Fields can hang out on the bench, learn the ways of the NFL, learn the system, create that chemistry and that camaraderie with the guys on the roster. And by year 2, if Matt Ryan is maybe too old, if the Falcons want to part ways with him, what have you, I don't know what's happening with Matt Ryan, how long he wants to play. I don't know if he wants to attack this thing like, Brady and Josh McCown and these different guys, but Gronkowski, but there's a chance Matt Ryan could call it quits pretty soon. You want to have that insurance policy. You don't want to be a team like the Carolina Panthers now, where they need a quarterback. They have Teddy Bridgewater on the roster, but he's not going to be the guy for the next 10-15 seasons. So now they're in a position where, do you have to trade a ton of picks, a treasure trove of picks to get up to pick number 2 or 4 now? It's just too much. Take your guy with the 4th overall pick, stash him a year on the bench. By the time he's coming in year 2, he's polished, he knows the system through and through. He's had that year of guidance learning under Matt Ryan. I mean, Matt Ryan's seen so much football. He's had so much success in the league. What better mentor is there than Matt Ryan? I think it just makes so much sense. And I get that there is that draw for maybe a Micah Parsons or maybe a cornerback, but to me, it's not worth it. The 4th overall pick, it's not worth taking one of those guys. Get the quarterback, Justin Fields. He's from Georgia. I think it makes so much sense. So I'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about Justin Fields, kind of as a draft prospect, and how you think he looked today. I thought he looked outstanding. So I'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.